Hi YouTube and welcome to the video. Now, Apple's recent releases and their M1 chips have been amazing. Now, one thing that I think that was sorely missing from this year's lineup was the new iMac and new Mac Mini. I fell in love with those two machines last year. The power to price performance was unmatched by anything. And I'm not particularly a Mac user. I do like it, but I've genuinely stayed more Windows, but you couldn't deny how well Apple have done. Now, I know that the MacBook was in severe need of a refresh, and they have done it with the MacBook Pros. But it would have been nice to have a new iMac and Mac Mini, don't you agree? Well, in today's video, we're going to have a look at the supposed new details that have come out about the upcoming iMac that will be called the iMac Pro. Yeah, don't love the name, but I'll let Apple off. So this is now, according to leaker Dylan DKT, and the devices will feature the same M1 Pro and M1 Mac chips, which isn't surprising. Apple put all this effort into building them, creating them, into building them. They're going to put them in their next machines. Now, there could also be an added configuration, but what that is, we don't know. Now, the reason why Apple are supposedly using the Pro naming to differentiate the upcoming iMac from the 24-inch iMac that was released earlier this year is that the M1 Pro and Mac chips considers it a Pro device and is calling it the iMac Pro internally. Now, I guess with the stronger, faster chip and increased GPU cores, I can understand. Now, according to Dylan DKT on Twitter, the iMac Pro promotion and mini LED screen, which is nice. A base model will be 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage, which is beautiful. Now, I don't know where you are in the world, but to get a Mac Mini with 16 gigs, I have to go to the Apple website. Amazon and others, they don't sell it. They only sell the 8 gig. So coming with the base model with 16 gig, I'm there. They have the M1 Pro and Max chips. There'll be dark bezels, HDMI, SD card, and USB-C. It'll be a similar design to the iMac 24 and Pro Display XDR, which I'm a fan of. Starting price will be about $2,000. Not such a fan of. Ethernet on brick is standard, similar to last year. There'll be Face ID was tested. That would be nice. 1 hour 2012. So that's just when it potentially come out. Face ID. That could be good. But it could also mean we'll have another notch. I don't hate the notch. I don't love the notch. I just don't hate it. Now, again, the leaker claims that the iMac will feature a 27-inch mini LED display with ProMotion technology. Personally, I would like to see it. We'll hope that there will be a larger display. I'm hoping for a 32-inch. I'm not holding my breath, as Apple likes to take a long time to make their changes. But once they change for good. Just not mention the MacBook Pro, which didn't change for good. It took away all its ports and then this year brought it all back. But it brought it all back. Now, design-wise, it's going to be very similar. It looks similar to the 24-inch iMac and Pro Display XDR, and Apple has apparently tested Face ID for the machine. But this is not a confirmed feature. Now, what I am hoping is that they're not just testing it for this. What they could be doing is testing it with a MacBook Pro. Now, they gave it a massive notch, upgraded the cameras, which means it has everything it needs to have Face ID in it. And, it's 2021, Apple. We need Face ID. Come on. I mean, Face ID on the iPhone is marvelous. It's one of the best, if not the best. So, bring it to your iMacs and your Mac Pros and all your other. Come on, please, Apple. Now, the base model will feature 16 gigs of memory and 512 gigabytes storage. Not a huge fan of that, but it will have a USB Thunderbolt, which means you can add more. And the price that they charge for their storage, I'm tempted to go for the base model as far as storage and add the external drives that I need. What else? Including an Ethernet port on the power adapter, similar to this year's model, which I love. I think it's an excellent solution to keeping the design, that slim bezel, that slim everything really on the iMac, and still having that Ethernet port that we need, because as good as Wi-Fi is, it will never be as good as Ethernet. Just there's too much interference. I mean, I'll hold my hands up and hopefully one day I'll be proved wrong, but for right now, it's just not the case. Again, starting price at over $2,000. And I'm over here in the UK. $2,000 probably equates to about £2,000, even though that is not the exchange rate. It's just Apple's exchange rate. And it should be launching in the first half of 2022. The upcoming iMac Pro will replace the current Intel-based 27-inch Mac models. Yes, I mean, that's very true. But first half of 2022? Do we think so? I think it'll be later in the year. But that is a welcome surprise. Now, we haven't heard much about Apple's larger iMac, but Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has confirmed that such a machine is in the works, and Apple reportedly paused work on the bigger iMac to work on the 24-inch model. But now that 24-inch model is out, development can resume. I hope they are right. So, yeah, just a quick and short video today. I saw this report and I thought, oh my God, the iMac may be coming. Let's make a quick video. And if you're as stoked for it as I am, then leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.